Welcome back. I'm Todd Johnson of College Admissions Partners. Today we're going to be talking about the medical school interviews for BSMD students. If a medical school is seriously considering you for a BSMD program, you will need to go to the medical school for an interview. You will typically interview with a doctor from the program and often with a student from the program. Multiple interviews are very common, and you should plan on spending about a full day during the interview process. Now, the biggest issue for most students is what type of questions will I be asked during the interview? And over the years, I've determined that there are roughly 10 categories of questions that you may be asked. Today, we're going to be talking about each of those categories very briefly. Category 1, general questions about who you are and your activities. These are just the general questions so that they have a better understanding of who you are. You need to know your resume for this question. Category number 2 are questions about your research experience. Most competitive BSMD students will have some experience in research, and the doctors will often ask you questions about your research experience. They're not so concerned about what you've actually done, but what you learned from the experience. The third category of questions are questions about your doctor shadowing experience. What did you do? Did you enjoy the experience? What did you learn? Question in category 4 are questions about your volunteer experiences. Again, we've talked before, volunteering is very important for these programs because it shows that you have care for others. You have compassion. So be prepared to answer questions about your volunteer experiences. The fifth category of questions are, why do you want to be a doctor? This type of question will come up in almost every BSMD interview. Now, not all of these categories of questions will occur in every interview, but this category, why do you want to be a doctor, is almost always there, and you need to have a good, solid answer for those types of questions. Category 6 is, why do you want a BSMD program rather than the traditional route? And again, you need to give some thought to that question ahead of time so that you have an answer prepared. Category 7 of questions are why you are interested in that particular BSMD program. And again, this goes back to the questions that colleges often ask, why do you like our college? This is the program asking, why do you like our BSMD program? And you can talk about the combination of the college, the medical school, whatever occurs to you, you need to have an answer prepared though for those types of questions. Category number 8 are questions revolving medical ethics and issues. Again, this category of question almost is always brought up in every interview of students that I have seen. So you want to be well prepared to answer questions regarding medical ethics and issues. These can be questions around stem cell research. It might be end-of-life issues, abortion issues. What you answer doesn't matter. What's important is that you've given some thought to your answers and understand what some of the medical ethics and issues are. The 9th category of question usually does not come up, but you need to be aware of it, and those are offbeat questions. Every once in a while, a student will be faced with questions from an interviewer that they have no idea what is being asked, or they don't know how to answer. And the simple response is not to become rattled by the question, but simply say, I don't know, I can look into that and get back to you. Keep it simple for those types of offbeat questions. The 10th and final category of question, again, is one that almost always occurs, and that's when the interviewer asks you, do you have any questions of me about the program? You need to have a list of good questions to ask about the program that cannot otherwise be found on the website or in other resources. You'll need to have solid answers to each of those 10 categories of questions because you don't know which of the categories you're going to be asked, other than why you want to be a doctor and medical ethics issues, which almost always come up. You also want to make sure, though, that you've got questions to ask your interviewer at the end of the interview so that it is a two-way conversation. For more questions about BSMD admissions or college admissions in general, give me a call at 952-449-5245 or drop me an email at todd@collegeadmissionspartners.com.